So, hey guys, welcome to your weekly Team Perseverance team call. My name is David Atkins, the founding coach of Team Perseverance. And I always start off that way because we always have new coaches joining our team each and every week. And so many times people pop on and they want to know what it's about. So this is a time where we come together each week to go over news, announcements, training, recognition, what's the latest thing that's going on, and then get right into a training topic. But tonight, as you guys know, normally our calls are 8:30 p.m. on Monday nights, but tonight we have a very special guest that we're just truly honored to be able to have Joel Freeman on here from Core de Force, and Kristen having the luxury of being the Core de Force test group and working her butt off and getting great results. We're just super grateful and that Joel said he would come on to this call for us as a team to talk about Core de Force and the launch. And guys, we're fired up about it. Like Kristen and I we sold what, like 8 challenge packs last night, 10. Oh, 10 challenge packs just last night. Like this program, there hasn't been this much excitement, guys. I'll be honest, in a very long time, and there's every reason to be. And you need to ride the wave, get your people on. You know, we had over 100 people in our free group last week. People are just fired up, getting their program, getting Shakeology. People just can't wait. And as you guys know, the only one announcement I'm going to say is that beside our challenge group that you guys are running on the 14th, we, Team Perseverance, the 2,000 of us, we are having our own coaches-only Core de Force, as we call it, test group, where you're going to take the measurements, take your weight, treat it like the test group that Kristen went through, so we as coaches can kind of have fun, cheer each other on, and kind of have our own little community for just the coaches and the team. And I'm really excited about that we're going to be able to do that. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to Kristen. We're not going to get into really anything else tonight. The only announcement is get your ass to get Core de Force today. Be part of it. Share it with everybody. Share your journey, because that's what it's about. And I'm going to kick it over to Kristen to introduce Joel. So let's do this, guys.
Just real quick show of hands. Who got their Core de Force so far today?
Yeah.
And if you did not, you're getting it before the night is over, right? Okay. Awesome, guys. I know we have a group thread going on in our Team Perseverance page of everybody saying, I got it, done. So the excitement is building. I don't think we've had a launch like this since T25, the excitement. And, for me personally, getting to be in the test group with Joel and Jericho and having them actually kind of ride the wave with us has made all the difference. And I think the excitement for the coaches who are doing it, because we became challengers again. I can't see Joel. I don't know where he is. But we became challengers again. And our coaches, Joel and Jericho, who created the program together from the ground up, they've been in there. They've been watching us. And 2 other coaches on our team, Laura and Gina, I think they're on the call, are also in the test group. So we have been kind of like, this has been our baby now. We're on day 70. Everybody's getting phenomenal results. And, physically, yes, the results are off the chain. But the thing that strikes me the most, and I know Joel will talk about this, is the transformation that goes on from the inside out for so many of us. I know for me personally, when I was asked to do the test group, I was really nervous. And I was like, hell no, I'm not going to do that, because what if I fail? I was afraid to do it. I didn't know what to expect, but I definitely think that, an inner badass and willpower and determination came out of me that I didn't even know I had. And I really want that to kind of come through for all of us when we do our coaches test group, because it starts with us, right? The results come from us. We got it. We have to be the product of the product to show that this program really works. And, just by showing you guys, the test group participants, it works. It works if you work it and you follow it. So I'm going to introduce Joel. I know he probably exhausted, Joel, from his tour. I think you beat Autumn's tour by one stop. Was it Carl or Autumn's? I don't remember, but Joel set out. I think he said it was his goal to stop at 8 places for Super Saturday. And they did that. And I'm sure they're exhausted. And then National Wake Up Call yesterday. So to be on our call today on the day of our launch for all coaches is amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to turn it over to Joel, and he's going to give us a background of the program and kind of how it was conceived. And then we have some questions from our team that we'd love you to answer. So I'm going to just turn it right over to you, Joel.
Okay. So you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Everything's good? All right, cool. So I'm sitting. I usually do this from my like the little breakfast nook, but I haven't fully even unpacked yet. So I'm doing it from my couch. So I'm just making sure that everything's good. Yeah. So we did do the record, 8 cities in 3 days. It was kind of like I threw the gauntlet to Carl a while back. This was probably maybe like 4 months ago. We started talking about, launch and stuff. And, he was talking multiple cities and he's saying something about 4 cities. And I'm like, 4? That's easy. We could do 4. Why don't we do 8? And he's just kind of gave us a look and he's like, all right, let's go. So it was, and look, it was intense. We were, but look, we're on a private plane for 3 days. So we can't, we're not trying to go for sympathy by any means, but you know what? It was absolutely amazing to, Jericho and I, we've been talking a lot about this since we came back on Sunday night, and just seeing, 1, the excitement, and 2, what is happening with people when they do these core to force workouts is phenomenal. It's more than we ever could imagine. It's what we had hoped. It's what we were going for in the program design, which I'll talk about in a second. But to see it actually in action happening it was worth it. It was worth the 8 cities, and you know what? I would do that again in a heartbeat because that was just amazing and so much fun. I don't know if I could ever go back into the TSA lines again. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'll have to. So there we go. So yeah, a little bit of a background, and then I definitely want to get into the questions of the meat of the program for you guys. And I do have the chat box open up as well, you guys. So if people want to start throwing in questions as I'm talking, then please, by all means, do it. So in terms of background of Core to Force, background for myself and Jericho, we've both been in the fitness industry since our late teens. Like I started my first front desk job when I was 19 years old in a little town in West Texas, or just in Lubbock. I was going to school there. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I wasn't very interested in school. I was more about like bartending and managing nightclubs and Freeman houses, and then it's college, so I'm drinking and smoking the whole time, just having a good time. But I needed a different job, so I got the front desk job. It was the 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift, which is a pretty interesting shift to work at a gym. And then slowly but surely, I started to kind of get addicted to the atmosphere, the energy. And this is one of my favorite things about the fitness industry is people ask me, what keeps me going? What keeps me driven in this? And it really comes down to the fact that it's such a positive place to be. And we're talking, that's why I was in the gym industry for over 10 years, working in gyms, because nobody ever shows up to get worse. They're showing up to get better. And when you're in such a positive environment, it's just a fun place to be, right? So I really enjoyed that. Got involved throughout this, in those 10 years, got involved in group exercise as well, working with Les Mills and teaching Les Mills programs. So that's where Jericho and I first met. And we started working together, doing photo shoots for Les Mills and everything. And then the first time we really worked really together was when we did Les Mills Pump. We had done other things together, but Les Mills Pump was really our first time working together. And you guys, for the older coaches, Les Mills, the partnership with Beachbody, they did Pump, they did Combat, and Jericho and I we're just kind of a lot of this. And look, a lot of this was the right place at the right time, and that life is all about timing. So it just so happened that Jericho and I were the only ones on the West Coast from the Les Mills Pump team. There were only 4 total U.S. based from the team of the ensemble. So it really worked out for us, and we kind of just became the unofficial spokespeople for Les Mills and the program. So fast forward, we helped with Combat launch, the Les Mills Combat, and then the partnership dissipated, ended, and so I went back to my job at Gold's Gym, and by this point I had moved back down to LA. I lived up in Washington for a while, moved back down to LA, took the job as and by this point I was the marketing director for Gold's Gym Southern California franchise. I had a job. I had a great job, career. I was really happy with it. Marketing is I absolutely love it, and being a marketing director for one of the most successful franchises in Gold's Gym in the world it was a good job. I was good. And Jericho, it was working with Les Mills as a trainer and all that stuff. And it just kind of But we'd always had really great conversations and relationships with everybody at Beachbody. And, then Carl called us and said, look, what do you guys think about this? We need something. There's a gap in the market. We need something. We would love to talk to you guys and see if you're up for the challenge of the task. And we said, sure. And we're in November 1st of 2016. And that was seriously around November of 2014. So it's 2 years from the first conversation to launch day. It has been 2 years of work to put this together. So and I think that kind of like really starts this whole thing, this whole conversation about Force and what makes it unique and everything about it is, look, we put our heart and soul into this program for 2 years. It wasn't to try to recreate something. It wasn't to try to replicate, replace anything. And if that was the case, it wouldn't have taken us 2 years. It would have taken us 2 months if we just wanted to create something that just replicated or duplicated something that already was there and was no longer in the library. So we really went after it heart and soul because we wanted to bring something new and different to the table, and not in regards of punching and kicking, but in terms of what it would do. Full body, total body transformation. That's what we keep saying. We wanted to bring something that would, because we know what MMA style fitness training does. Jericho and I do, because we do it ourselves. Like just this morning, I'm back in the boxing gym and throwing mitts around with my guys. And it's the MMA world. The public eye doesn't see it. You guys see the UFC side. You guys see the fighting. You guys see the blood. You guys see the carnage, because that's ratings. But the training side of it is typically is what you don't see. And the non-UFC fighters, the guys that are, they obviously train and stuff like that. These are some of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your entire life. Like in terms of, everyone thinks like, oh, it's just a bunch of, testosterone and aggression. It's really not. It's something about this world and this style of training that actually gets your aggression out to the point where then when you leave the gym, you feel great. Like you got all the stuff that pissed you off in the day, it's gone. So that was what we really wanted to bring. And so when it comes to the design of Core de Force, that is one of the reasons why we are so proud to say of how authentic it is in nature. We wanted to create a authentic mixed martial arts style training program that goes for full body, total body transformation. And we feel that we did it. We feel we hit it. So far, so good with the test groups and Sneak Peeks. Everyone seems to be really enjoying it. And, to get away from a lot of things like, okay, it's, this is not a weight program. This is not a cardio program. This is a strength training, total body strength training program, to which we say, screw the scale. Scale's a liar. It's like a crazy X. It changes its mind every single day. And it's unnecessary. Society is so based on weight and what the scale says. And from a marketing perspective, because I did marketing, I still do because I have to market myself. We know what sells. We know that type of messaging, we know the messaging sells. But for you guys, specifically coaches, and your job to talk to hundreds and thousands of people, it's your job to give them the right message and the correct terminology and the correct mindset. And that's why, with this program, we really feel that as you go through it in the next 30 days, and you guys have it for 30 days before the public does, for a reason, a couple of reasons, obviously. One, to help you with your business, and two, so you can experience it from start to finish, and you can go forth and spread the gospel of Core de Force in the way it should be spread, not in doing a hybrid or not in doing, not doing it half-assed, but of doing it exactly how we designed, exactly how we say. That's called trusting the process. And you have to trust the process in this. And, we've got, three, I think there's 3 of you guys on this call. Gina, I know I can see Gina. She's underneath me right now. She's like right there on my call. Hi, Gina. And I haven't seen Laura yet, but, in the test group, and I'm sure they can attest to this, and I'm sure, hopefully you guys will do more calls where you guys really, I would love for you guys to get in and really share your experiences with your coaches. If you haven't already, Kristen, everybody to really should say how it's changed you, because I can sit there and preach about it all day long, but for you guys to experience it and share it, I think that's going to be huge. So the program itself, and it's out. There's really no mysteries left anymore about what this in terms of the workouts and the programs and everything like that. So I want to get into the questions. So, you guys have questions, start throwing them at me. And if Kristen and Dave, you guys have questions already ready to go, then let's go.
So I'm just going to go on some of the threads. Like one person, we have a coach who says, I'm almost 64 years old. Do you share on the videos how to protect your knees and things from injury? I'll let you answer because I know you guys have some, I forget what you call them. They teach the moves before you do the workout.
Oh.
Yes. So a couple things on it. Age is just a number, by the way. So it doesn't matter. 64, I'm 34 and I have a bad knee. So it doesn't matter age on that one. Here's what's really cool. And it's a great question. I'm glad you asked it because it goes into we can actually take this into a bigger context. MMA style training, while higher in intensity, is actually really low in high impact, which is great. There's this, I don't want to say preconceived, but there's a notion in the fitness world. And look, because let's be real, there's programs out there that are high intensity and they come synonymous with high impact. And it doesn't have to be like that. And this is one of the reasons why Jericho and I love MMA style of training so much and why my body loves it so much because I have a knee issue from knee injury years ago. So I have to be careful on stuff I have to keep it stretched out. And I have 2 herniated discs in my back, L4, L5, L5S1 from years ago of overtraining. So I have to be cognizant of my injuries as well after being in the fitness industry for so long. Yet I feel amazing when we do this, when we do core to force, when I do MMA style fitness training, because it takes the impact out of your body. You do not need high impact to get intensity into your move. And we work, and the way we do it is working different planes of motion. So you don't have to go, if you're trying to go high intensity in a certain plane of motion, then you will have to go in terms of high impact, right? Jumping, like jump squats, for instance. That's high impact because you're working in that specific plane of motion. When we go into the transverse plane of motion, which is rotational, that takes impact away out of your body. And then the way to keep the impact out of your knees is to rotate more. So that's why we have as Dave was referring to, it's called the Learn It and Work It, which you got to watch it, guys. You cannot, and this goes into trusting the process. Do not skip one part of this program. If you skip one thing, if you skip Learn It and Work It, if you fast forward, if you go off the calendar, then you're going to miss something. If something's not going to work. This program is designed 2 years in the making, designed specifically, and there's a reason why there's the workout calendar. There's a reason why the workouts are on the calendar the way they are. There's a reason why the eating plan follows the workout calendar is because, and there's a reason why that Kristen and Gina and Laura and the rest of the team of the coach group are getting such amazing results is because they're following everything. They're trusting the process. They didn't skip the Learn It and Work It. They learn proper rotation. And so if you have knee issues, hip issues, whatever it is, and you're cleared to work out from your doctor, start at your pace. Start slow and work your way up. This program is designed for that. It's not to the beat of music. It's made to where you can work at your own pace because that's real world exercise, not trying to keep up with somebody. And then we have the modifier, Jessica. So she's in there and she shows the modifications whenever you need it for physical aspects of it. And it's also the breakdown of moves. Switch knee, for instance. Yeah, it's a quick move to get right off the bat. But if you look at Jessica as the modification, it's simply the move slower. It's step back, forward, knee down. So if you're having trouble get something, you just go back and look at the modification, or you go back and do the Learn It and Work It again, which in the Learn It and Work It, we're going to tell you 100 things. The first time you might pick up 40 of them. But then the second time you're going to pick up some more, and the third time you're going to pick up some more, and it's just going to improve as you increase your neuromuscular connections and your motor learning. So it's just like if you're right-handed, I tell you start writing with your left hand. The first couple of days it's going to look horrible, but over time it's going to get a little bit better, and it's because you're training your body, and that's exactly what you have to do with core to force. Really long answer to that question, but.
One question one of the coaches posted, they're hearing from a couple of their customers, and we'd love to hear how you would explain it, is what's the biggest difference when people ask between this and an MMA style kickboxing class? So how would you articulate that answer back?
Well, look, I assume you're talking like a cardio kickboxing class. So like any sort of cardio kickboxing class at a gym is musically based. That's the reality of it. And that means you have to keep up with them. And any time you start punching and kicking on a beat musically, you lose a lot of the authenticity of it because you can't. Sometimes you just can't do it. And you guys, I'm not knocking. I want to disclaim this. I'm not knocking any programs out there. I've taught most of these programs, right? So there's no knocking anything. This is simply, it's more about what makes Quarter Force unique. It's not on the beat. It allows everybody to work at their own pace. It's authentic in nature. You work from your dominant side, working in specific planes of motion. I know people have been asking, like, well, we're not switching sides, so we're going to be lopsided. One, the answer is no. The duh answer is, like, obviously we wouldn't put a program out where you become lopsided. And two, working specific planes of motion, you do work from your dominant side, just like you do boxing, kickboxing, MMA world. But then anytime you do and the girls in the test group can attest to this, is anytime we do a muscle specific exercise in terms of like lunges or whatever it is, of course we switch sides. So there's, from a fitness perspective, it's 100% full body. You're not going to be walking in circles because one leg's stronger than the other, I promise you. But it's like, but in terms of trying to compare it and saying what's the difference, that's like me saying, what's the difference between size and country beat? They're both dance programs, right? But it's how it's put together, it's how it's designed. So you wouldn't try to compare those two programs. It's just completely different type of training.
Got it. Thank you.
So Joel, a lot of us coaches have been spoiled with shorter programs as far as the duration of the actual workout over the last, 2 years or so, right? 25-minute workouts, 22-minute workouts. A lot of the workouts are longer in length. Is there a reason behind that? Because some are shorter, some are longer. How do we kind of justify that to people who don't have a lot of time or, want to get quick results type of thing?
Well, look, your results are going to, you want quick results, or you want to put in, look, your results are going to reflect the time you put into it. It's that simple, right? So if you say, I only have time to do a 25-minute workout, then you're going to get 25-minute results. That's pure, plain and simple. In terms of, look, there are in the workouts, as Chris was talking about, in the workouts, some of the longer workouts are in time duration, or as you progress, or the strength component, when we use your body weight resistance training, the plyometric aspect of it, work on your balance, coordination, and conditioning. And then also, as we progress, going from 6 rounds to 9 rounds to 12 rounds. So it's a 30-day program, so we got to throw the intensity factor into it. So the longest workout you do, I think, in terms of when there's a couple days where we stack it, be a little bit, like 48 minutes or something like that. To which I say, look, you know what? Adjust your calendar accordingly. If you want to see the result, then you got to put a little bit of extra time into it. And to say if you can make 20 minutes, I promise you, one day a week you can make 45 minutes. Like, don't give me that. Don't lie to me like that. Like there's always some. I heard this a long time ago. It was the first gym job I ever had, back in that front desk gym. And I remember a surgeon came in. He worked out every single morning right after he got off shift at 4 a.m. Every single morning, always coming off a shift. And there was a guy one day trying to quit the gym because he said he didn't have enough time to work out. And the surgeon walked in right as this guy was saying that, like, started laughing. And the guy kind of looked at him, and the surgeon was like, "Hey, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but I just came off a 14-hour shift, and I'm here." And he's like, "There's always somebody busy than you that finds time to work out." And that has stuck with me since I was 19 years old. You want results, you want to change your body, you got to do something that's never done before. So if you want to commit to it, then it means you got to get up 20 minutes earlier, 1 or 2 days a week. You tell me if it's worth it.
Love it.
It is.
A couple
Keep
of
it real, guys. I'm trying to keep it real with you.
To be honest.
Absolutely.
So a couple of different questions that came up, and team, I'm taking these from our team thread, is a couple questions about the meal plan for the men and women and how it differs and what it is for this program.
Yeah, cool. So the meal plan is actually called an eating plan, because you are going to eat in Quarter Force. Hallelujah. Let the balloons fly and the streamers fall. It's a high intensity program, so you got to fuel your body accordingly. You can't drive a car if there's no gas in it. So there's no combining meal plans. We've designed the eating plan of Quarter Force specifically to the workouts. It's real food. It's good food, right, ladies? It's good food, good recipes. It's the food that I love and Jericho loves, like barbecue chicken pizzas. Come on, that one was mine. Because it's, and You don't have to eat kale every single day. It's not necessary. You got to give your body the good stuff. And the eating plan it goes off of clean calories. Obviously uses the portion control system. So remember, look, small side note in here. We design Core de Force not for coaches. We design Core de Force for all the 267 million people in the United States that are not moving, are not working out. They have no idea what portion control is. They have no idea what clean calories are. They have no idea how to get started to work out, right? That's who we designed this for. So that's why when you look at the eating plan, when you look at the workouts and the learn it and work it, look at it from that perspective. Forget everything you think you already know about the portion fix system, and because you're going to be talking to that should be your target audience, right? Or the people that aren't moving, the newbies. So go at it from that angle when you're looking at this stuff, as opposed to trying to compare it with other programs out there, with other meal plans out there. Yes, 21 Day Fix follows the portion fix system. Every program since 21 Day Fix follows the portion fix system for the most part. Ours does too. Doesn't come with the containers because we want to just get people to look in their kitchen with what they already have and figure out what it means, right? What do clean calories mean? What does the right portions mean? And then they learn that they can still eat, that they can still have real food, and they're not having to eat like a rabbit every single day. And on top of that, the program is higher intensity, so you're not going to be eating like a rabbit, right, ladies? You actually eat food, and good food. The eating plan follows. It's on the page 1 of eating plan. It's really simple. It walks you through based on your goals, the formula, so you figure out what you pick your own calories. Takes you into one of 4 brackets: A, B, C, or D. There's about 200 calorie sliding scale in there, so there's no guesswork in terms of like, well, do I have to give up a meal for Shakeology? Shakeology fits right in there already. So it's just, again, we made this as simple as possible. Jennifer asked in the chat, can you eat chocolate? Honey, you can do whatever you want. If it's like me asking, can I have a glass of scotch tonight? If I'm gonna go for specific results and I want to see my body completely change, or I'm going for something, then I'm not gonna have the scotch. So it's your call. You gotta get it up for 30 days just to see the true potential of Core de Force. Then I think it's worth it.
Okay.
Stephanie's.
Oh, Stephanie.
Write that one. What's the best way to tackle this program and get ready to do the actual program? What would you, any recommendations there?
Push play.
There you go, Stephanie.
I'm sorry, I don't know how else to answer that. Like, there's no prerequisite. Look, the program's designed for everybody. You just start at your own level, so there's not like there's no warm up to the warm up. It's just start doing it. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a better answer for you. Just start moving.
What I noticed when within the first month, like even the first week, the first time you do every workout, you're just trying to get the moves and like the technique right. And I realized that as you go, you get closer to the end of the month, you pick up on things that you guys say in the actual workouts that you probably didn't pick up on the first like 2 or 3 times you did it, and it increases like how well you're doing the technique. Mm-hmm. Like I remember one time saying to Dave, "Oh, I just heard him say point your toe when you tuck your leg under," and I'm like, I never did that before, So I realized that you get better and better as you go on, and the more times you do each workout. So that leads me to my next question is, it's a 30-day program. Those of us that are in the test group, we're doing 90 days. So do you recommend doing multiple rounds of the program to get obviously maximum results? But what would be the reasoning behind it? Just to get better at technique and form?
Yeah. I mean, look, there's no such thing as graduating Core de Force, because there's no such thing as graduating from MMA. You don't graduate and finish. Like, I have been boxing for a really long time, and I just learned some new stuff today in the boxing world again. And I got my butt handed to me because of it. There's always new things to learn, and you only improve. And so, as you said, like the first couple of weeks, especially if you've never done anything like this before, which is going to be the majority of the population. And again, if you've done cardio kickboxing classes, forget it, because this is completely different. You're going to learn it. You have to teach your body new and different things. And sometimes it takes, some people longer than others. So yeah, we designed this for 30 days. You're going to get amazing results in 30 days if you follow it to the letter. But yeah, if you do it 60 and 90, and that's why we did the original test group for 90 days. That's why we're doing the coach test group for 90 days, because we want to show what the optimum, how badass can you be? You can be awesome in 30 days. You can be amazing in 60 days, and you can be stellar in 90. It's like anything. You keep doing it, it's only going to get better, because as you get it, as you just said, Kristen, as you start to learn what, if we say, rotate your hip, release your heel, pivot on the ball of the foot, first day you're going to be like, huh? And then as you go through and we say, rotate your hips, turn your hip, and blah, 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 you're going to be like, oh yeah, bam, 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 bam. And you're going to fire through these combinations. And so that is going to be huge. So absolutely, we would love to see people doing it 60 and 90. 30 days, like we said, we designed this for people that are not working out, not exercising. So the reason it's 30 days is because 30 days is a great time to get people into a routine, right? To create, we were hoping that this will create a new addiction, a healthy addiction, and get them into something that they'll keep going with.
Gotcha. No, definitely agree. A lot of coaches have questions about the performance line and using that in conjunction with their Shakeology and the program. I know a lot of us in the test group used it. And I recommend it because we walk around sore all the time. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So look, Shakeology goes without saying. It should be part of your daily, your daily dose of dense nutrition. It should be in there. And like I said, but in the eating plan, you have 200 calories sliding scale. So you don't have, there's no guesswork. Like, oh, can I have it today? Can I not have it today? Just follow the eating plan and it'll fit in there. In terms of, Beachbody Performance line, those are freebies. Those are free calories. So yay for free calories. They don't count. Now this is not saying that you mix Recover with chocolate milk and a banana and all this stuff. Like that's not how it works. You're cheating. Recover is awesome. Throw it in water, chug it down, be done with it, right? Recharge is going to be great. Your body is going to want it, especially if you do the resistance training, the workouts. And Recharge is great, and you can mix it. You can very easy things and add it'll add a few extra calories, but like a really low calorie Recharge recipe that's my favorite is if you just do it with water. The Recharge, it's thicker because of the casein protein in it. If you do a scoop of chocolate flavored PB2 powder, it's super low calorie, and you do 1 scoop of that and 2 ice cubes. It tastes like a Reese's peanut butter milkshake. There you go. So, and it's like super low in calories. So, so the three performance products that work the best for Quarter Force is Energize, Recover, and Recharge. Hydrate is designed for longer duration exercises, usually 45 minutes or longer. There's only going to be a couple instances where you will be doing longer than 45-minute workouts in Quarter Force, but because those longer workouts are actually lower intensity because you're doing strength training, it's not really necessary. So you don't really need the hydrate for that one. Creatine, you don't need it for this.
Okay.
Great.
That's what we told them.
What is, I saw Maria's question. I think it's a
non-dominant side and the dominant side.
There's a couple of questions in the chat. I started scrolling back up to the top. So Teresa was asking about, work, in terms of working on a rug and shoes and how to move properly. Everyone's going to have different workout surfaces that you're working on. We filmed on a, as you guys saw, we filmed on a rubber mat, which is usually the most optimal in terms of wearing some shoes. In terms of like cross trainers, they don't need a lot of grip on the bottom because you are rotating. So in terms of wearing like running shoes, not suggested. Those are made for, straight motion, plane of movement. The shoes that we would say like top choices and most popular are like Nike Freeze or Reebok Z-Quicks, something that it moves with your foot, gives you some traction, yet isn't really heavily treaded on the bottom. So we want you to be able to rotate, pivot on the balls of your feet, because that's going to be where you get a lot, the most results from. In terms of doing it with socks, that makes me nervous because you could inadvertently do the splits when you're not trying to if it's slippery. So I guess in barefoot, completely up to you on that one. That goes, everyone has a different foot type. Some people are more comfortable on their feet in bare feet. So if you feel comfortable with it, again, It's not a higher intensity program, so you can get away with it on that one. I see Maria said something about dance socks. I would be really careful with that, Maria. Someone else had talked about putting dance socks over their shoes. That makes me nervous, again, in the slip factor. But if you feel that you're stable, and because you will be doing some lateral movements in this program, if you can go laterally and stick the line and not keep going over, then great. Just be careful with that. I don't own any dance socks for I hope obvious reasons, but they still make me nervous. So good luck with that. Gina's asking about Quarter Force Live. Yes, it will become a live format program. We've already gotten to work. We've already started working on that. It's going to happen between January and December of 2017. How's that for a timeline? It's coming. It's coming. We're still working. We're working on the timeline. I don't want to give everything away right now, but it's coming. It's gonna be cool. Let's see, Maria. Let's see. No questions are stupid, Maria. Let's see. So when I say dominant side, okay. So in terms of dominant, non-dominant, did you watch the Learn It and Work It from MMA Speed? Because we talked about that. Okay. So but we'll clarify it anyway. Maria's shaking her head or nodding her head. So thank you for watching the thing. So there's two. So dominant stance, and like if you guys were in New York, we said that like we didn't have time to go over Learn It and Work It. You're right. It was a live workout, and we didn't have time with that, so we just said dominant stance, and just to get 1 foot forward, and then we're good. Dominant stance is taken from the MMA world because you always work from your dominant stance, and reason from that is because you have more power from your dominant arm. That's why your dominant arm, if you are right-handed, you have your left leg forward. That is your dominant stance. That's called a traditional stance. Majority of the population is right-handed, so that means your left leg is forward. Because then when you in boxing and kickboxing and MMA, a cross is always, it's a back arm punch. You're always gonna have more power from a cross than a jab. So that's why you put your dominant arm in the back. We're staying obviously with the authenticity aspect of it, but you're going to work better. You guys will be able to work more better. Great grammar. You're going to be able to work more better if you are in your dominant stance, because that takes one thing away, one less thing to think about in terms of your motor learning and your neuromuscular connections. So that's why we do that. And again, anytime you're in a dominant stance, we're working from the transverse plane of movement. So if you guys will look at the combinations, and I'm telling you, we put the time into this. Every single combination, if you look at it, either goes back, front, or front, back. You will always be rotating every single time. That's how you get full body rotation. And again, not the whole, there's no such thing as a single leg dominant side on this. You're going to be working. Did I answer that, Maria? Cool. Somebody else asked, would you want to switch sides and work the non-dominant side occasionally? We do that already in the program, and we do it when, in terms as you progress. We don't do it in the MMA Speed because that's predominantly boxing and a little bit of kickboxing with the knee. But in the boxing world, you very rarely do it unless you're a very advanced fighter. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. When I'm doing drills and pad work, I don't even switch because I go full when I try to throw combinations from a non-dominant side. So you do not have to switch sides until we actually say. But as the MMA workouts progress, we will switch sides on you just to challenge you in a different facet. Let's see. Someone's asking how PB2 fits into the plan. A lot of customers ask about this. I don't know that answer, honestly. I'll have to check of how it fits into your little containers. Look, you guys, I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't use the containers because, one, I hate washing them. They flip over in the dishwasher, and then they fill up with water, and I take them out, and I get water all over the kitchen, and I cuss. So I don't use them. I've been doing this a long time, and I work out a lot enough to where I know what I need to eat. But in terms of for you guys, I will see about that. What my overarching answer, and hopefully it's not completely wrong, but if you're just doing one scoop, and again, we have a 200 calorie sliding scale for each plan. If you're just doing one small scoop in your recharge and it's not every single day, I think you can get away with it. I think you can squeak by a little bit with it. So just throw a little bit more rotation in your punches. and you'll be fine.
Guys, I'm going to take the last couple questions because we don't want to keep Joel all night because he's been very patient. What is Stacy's?
Can you speak to the nutrition plan, how there's an increase in containers throughout?
Oh, there's more food.
Yeah, so we basically just increase your calories as you progress in the 30 days because we're increasing the intensity of the workout. So that's why I said the eating plan follows the workout calendar. So that's why you got to follow both of them to the letter because you do get to eat. It's like you can't do your own workout calendar and then follow the eating plan because you might not be working out at the intensity that your body should be when we're giving you more food. So that's why it is. So you are going to increase calories as you go, but we are increasing your intensity as we go as well. Let me see. Anthony asked, so there is a hybrid plan in this program. There's three calendars that come with this program. One is the base kit, the 10 workouts, and this is what the coach test group is following. This is what our original test group was following. This is where they got all the results. It was just off the base kit workout calendar. There is a deluxe workout calendar. So if you get the deluxe kit, which in the deluxe kit comes with, let's see, what does the deluxe kit we have to the test group? So the deluxe kit comes with 3 additional workouts. 2 of them we designed using the Beachbody agility ladder. So that's and that comes in the deluxe kit. So we did throw a piece of equipment at you, bringing you into the world of agility training in the mixed martial arts style world, though. So it's not like anything you've ever done before. Some really fun stuff in those workouts, and then also one's called Eliminate Kick Butt, which is a legs and butt thrasher. You'll be walking like a newborn giraffe after that workout. And then I believe also and then the containers come in the deluxe kit. So the calendar, so there's a deluxe kit calendar, and then there is a hybrid calendar, which we put together because we wanted to give people an option, saying, okay, after you do the first 30 days, because we tell people like, look, just do the 30 days base kit, just do that. After that, if you're ready to change it up, we put a hybrid calendar in there where we brought in, Jericho has 2 exclusive workouts on Beachbody On Demand, her 2 half and half and half harder. And then my strength training workouts, 8x8 and grab bag power. So we put those into it as well and give people some options, something else to do, when you get tired of all my bad jokes, basically. But there's, so there's even some insanity and stuff, like we mix other stuff in there. So it's a way to, like we said, hopefully after 30 days, people are feeling amazing and they want to keep going. If they want to change it up, then we say follow the hybrid calendar. I would not suggest anybody follow the hybrid calendar the first 30 days, though, because we want to see what you can do in 30 days with the base kit as it is, because that's where the results are going to come from. Let me see. Brewster, you put unsweetened almond milk in your Shakeology at Recharge. If you have, you don't have to give it up if it works into your eating plan. But if it doesn't, then yes. But I feel for you because the almond milk makes that milkshake really creamy. But it's only 30 days. Come on.
All right, guys.
I think we're going to wrap up.
We're going to wrap it up. Joel's been on for 45 minutes, and you want to just
Joel,
finish?
just tell them the biggest piece of advice when going through the 30 days. What would it be as far as getting the maximum results for the program?
I'm just going to repeat myself. It sounds like a broken record. Look, you got to trust the process. Your job as a coach is to be able to talk to your customers about this product and have the knowledge behind it, not what an FAQ says in your back office form, but actually have the knowledge of this product. Because in the business trainings I've done with coaches over the past couple of years is, I train gym employees a lot of this stuff, and it comes back to when you're talking to somebody about health and fitness and how to get them started in health and fitness, you better be an expert on this person and really know what this person needs. And for you to go through core to force from start to finish, you will be able to then tell them how this program will benefit them from a personal standpoint, as opposed to just simply saying, oh, you're going to lose inches. Oh, you're going to shred fat. Oh, you're going to get in shape. Well, no shit. That's every single program out there. That's a gym membership. That's the gazelle trainer that you see on infomercial TV. Like, everything promises that. But what is it specifically that this program is going to do for that person and their life? That is what is going to resonate with them. That is how you create long-lasting relationships with your customers and your clients. And so you've got to know. So as opposed to trying to do a hybrid calendar or trying to do this program and still do another program, I feel, look, I don't care what you do. I just feel like you're going to do yourself a disservice by not cheating, but not really putting everything into it. It's only 30 days, guys. We know how fast a month goes. And the only thing you have to lose is interest, and the only inches, and the only thing you have to gain is knowledge and strength. If it, so it's up to you.
And spouses with great results.
Hey, my wife is really happy.
All right, guys,
Thank you so
much, Joel. I really appreciate it. And team, just so you guys know, the recording will be up on the team page tomorrow, but we're really grateful and humbled that you came on. And now Christian's really grateful. I'm grateful for coming on our team call.
And thank you for being so involved in the process. And it shows your dedication, you and Jericho, it shows. And Gina and Laura agree that we couldn't have done it without you guys.
You guys, look, we just put it together. You guys are killing it. And we are so excited now. Like, it's out. Holy shit. Oh my God, I can't believe it's actually out. Like, we're seeing sales happen. Like, it's crazy to talk about it. Never thought this day would come, but look, we're here for you guys. We're here for you as coaches and to only try to help you and benefit you. That is my job. We create a great program and we want to get more people moving, but that's what as of right now, there is no infomercial, right? And when the infomercial comes out next year, great. Then it's going to go after a whole new demographic. But right now, between now and then, so we've got, at least another 4-ish months, maybe more before an infomercial comes out. It's you guys. It's up to you to go out and spread the word of force and talk to customers. And that's your business. That's your job. That's your passion. My passion is to educate and help as many people as possible. And that's you guys. So, if you're not following Jericho and I on social media, I hope you will. Joel Freeman Fitness and Jericho Matthews. Follow us and let's just keep kicking ass.
Yeah. We're on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Go unpack and relax.
Well, I got to call after this, so I'm going to unpack. I will do laundry eventually sometime this week.
All right. Thanks, brother. Thank you, guys. And team, have a good night, and thank you. We'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.